Again. And I can delete that. Same. Welcome to Relentless Weaves.
Hi! I'm just gonna take a sip of
Well,
Oh my god, Shelby, how could you do this to me?
welcome to Relentless Weaves. We're the craziest group of people in the world. Just kidding. We are Rikachuuable and we are Shelby Mcweeb, and we're here to talk to you about so many things, specifically the World Wide Web, specifically the internet. We're going to talk about, but first of all, we're both going to go to the Crunchyroll Expo this weekend in San Jose.
Really excited. It's my first Crunchyroll show. Shelby says it's fun, and I just want to take a photo in the cat pit.
Yes, the banana pit is top tier, full of bananas, full of hope, full of dreams, full of fun. We enjoy it very much.
That is my everything, and there is something wrong with my bike. Hello? Yes.
It's through magic that we're fixing this.
Yes.
I'm willing her
I probably broke it.
with your mind.
Mind powers.
Speaking of mind powers, Crunchyroll Expo had a lot of positive mindset powers to turn itself from a primitive anime free streaming website into what we all know and love today, which is the Crunchyroll empire. So I watched Crunchyroll in like 2006, 2008, 2010. And I used to watch like a lot of anime on it and everything like that. And for a while, and then all of a sudden they made an announcement saying, oh, we're going to turn it into something cool, something good. We have a lot of good plans for this website and everything like that. And then it turned into like the first real anime streaming website. And it was a trailblazer for bringing all this anime to America, to all the other countries in the world, everything like that. So it became a really big trailblazer. But what's important about this is that the internet existed in 2006, and we are all ashamed of that. Commentary?
Can I just say, like, does anyone remember when Crunchyroll, like, had avatars?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when it used to be kind of forum-y and you would just comment on people's stuff?
I remember, yeah, you would comment on people's stuff and there was like all these discussions on every episode and you could post comments and every comment, like top comment was always a big spoiler about the episode you were just watching right now.
It was sometimes it wasn't even episodes. Sometimes it was like AMVs
Yeah.
or shipping videos, and they were like the worst made thing ever, and people would be like, "That's my son. Those are my boys.
These are my boys." Or like people would Photoshop pictures of cosplayers using paint into their ships. I don't know if anyone else saw this but me, but I was watching Shuko Chara and somebody Photoshopped a Miku cosplayer into Amu using like the
Oh my
paint
god,
tool.
yes!
Yeah.
And Paint.net.
Yeah.
Paint.net was a big thing for that. And I think the absolute worst part of all of these memories is we always laugh at the memes that people make now when like if Shelby was like an anime character, I'll be like the real life person and it's like this.
Yeah.
But that was like really hot in 2006.
That was like that was all I needed to think love was real.
It really like gives you a perspective on how things grow, you know?
Yes, completely. I'm going to start sharing out the stream on different social media platforms.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's lit. I am so happy about this. So hello everybody.
Hello, welcome.
Hello Giselle Sanchez. Hello Weston Diaz, our first commenters of the night. And then hello everyone else who I enjoy in the stream right now. But sound off for all of the weird internet things you enjoyed in 2006 because we're gonna keep talking unless you don't.
Yeah, please tell us the things, even if it's something that you like vaguely remember, even if it's like a weird memory, we will mention it and then everyone else will confirm if it's real or not, because we've all had those moments. Like, have you ever just remembered something and it was just like, was it all a dream?
Yeah, it just feels like a lucid dream all of the time I spent on weird forms.
I mean, like, I feel like most of the internet in 2006 was like,
To be honest, yeah, I think DeviantArt was one you wanted to mention.
oh my god, DeviantArt! Oh my god, you know, my DeviantArt is 15 years old and it's worth more than your entire career.
That was always the dream. That was always the dream.
Yeah, I had a DeviantArt. I think I had 3, Because there used to be these things where if one person got their account deactivated, you made multiples, right? Remember when we all had those fears? And now the only thing people do is with Instagrams. But people do that on Instagram as Finstas and like things they don't want to show the real world. They're like, I'm going to have a private and a public and a Finsta. DeviantArt ages was, what if I get reported for doing copyrighted stuff? But if I make another account, they can't catch me. Same with YouTube.
Yeah, same with YouTube. Also, YouTube, I know AMVs still exist, but I feel like AMVs were so much more of a thing back in 2006.
Oh my god, yeah, it was because I used to make them.
No, me too. That's why I went to film school, was because I liked making AMVs so much. Yeah, we're living that life.
So my sister does film, and she tried really hard to get me into video editing, and I know how to do it really well, but sometimes I'll like cut it. I'll download illegally a bunch of anime videos, and then I'll cut it and then put it with the song, and my sister will be like, this sucks. And I'd be like, no, my entire life is ruined. This got like 2,000 views on YouTube, but my sister thinks it sucks. That was like my entire childhood.
I would avidly like try to create my own production studio. It was called Girls in Love Productions.
Oh my god, do you remember Meep? Or
oh yeah, I remember Meep.
Oh my god. Multiple editor production, where everyone would just slice up different, like a whole song, and then distribute it to different people so they could do collaborations and stuff. Oh my god, when you said production, it reminded me of when we had to do all that stuff. I
remember trying to find like anime that I was able to pirate online. I was having a hard time, so I was like, hey, I would message my favorite AMV people being like, hey, I'm such a big fan, can you tell me where you found episode blah 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 blah, and they would not reply. So eventually, like, I just kept on messaging people till they found the right full moon episodes, the right Sailor Moon episodes to make my perfect AMV complete.
I used to just, instead of just straight up downloading, I would screen record. So I would watch through my entire series while screen recording, and people would be like, why is your resolution size that way? Why is the like image that way? Or like, why is it so grainy? And I'll just be like, it's 2006, get with the program.
2006, get off my case. And speaking of 2006, I know that MySpace was around for that general time. Did you have a MySpace?
I had a MySpace for like a moment because all my middle school, no, I was still in elementary school. All my elementary school friends had MySpace.
Really? I was like not allowed to have a MySpace, and I remember specifically like my friend was like, you have to get a MySpace if you want to be cool, but I didn't want to like get in trouble, so I made a MySpace, but I made the profile picture a photo of a grilled cheeseburger sandwich, and my friend refused to add me, and she's like, I'm a teenager now, and I don't think that your look really reflects my new grown-up MySpace, so you need to change your profile picture or I'm not adding you.
I'm pretty sure one of my like younger friends found my MySpace photo and sent it to me, and I got really upset about it because I was like, how could you do this to me? It's been like,
I'm ruined.
At least 12 years. Please don't hurt me like this.
MySpace recently lost all of their music, and it's weird to think about, but MySpace has been like a music site for all the time that since it's died. Like, it died around 2012, is that right? Is that fair?
I don't know.
Basically, like, MySpace stopped being a thing around 2011, 2012 because Facebook took over. But I know that it made all its money off of being a music website. But recently, a lot of the music was taken down and everything else like that. So essentially, like, MySpace is now dead completely. So, like, RIP MySpace. But also, what other sites what were your favorite sites of 2006?
Well, first off, I'm just going to say, on the topic of downloading, does anyone remember LimeWire? Wow, thanks for giving me all of the viruses on my computer. I'm very sorry to you, Mom and Dad, and my sister. We tried our best, but I needed to stream. And then also, because LimeWire was great. It was great for programs.
Yeah.
It was great for music and videos or whatever if you wanted to get pirated and suffer in the long run. And then you had other things that I really appreciated from MySpace and similar websites like HTML.
HTML, that was the biggest part of MySpace, was everyone was secretly like, everyone was a beginner coder because of MySpace, and that was how you became cool, is if you could edit out the watermark from your from the background of your MySpace. Is like, I remember I would like message people being like, do you not know how to how to edit out your watermark? Here, I'll teach you. And just because I was such a smug like 14-year-old.
Yeah. So I wasn't really big on MySpace, like I said. What I was big on for HTML was Neopets.
Neopets.
Wow! Shout out to all my
dead pets.
Dead and bloated pets, but and me only logging on because it was my birthday and I liked seeing the little balloons animation and then going straight to my user page where it was like, my pets, all the things that I have, all the things that I want on my wish list, and then like the background was like snowflakes because I was really into snowflakes and sakura petals.
Oh yeah. What were your Neopets? And did you have multiple accounts?
I had 2 accounts. I lost the password to the second account, and I had the first account, and it was because you know how like sometimes you would send stuff over. Mm-hmm. I did that. It was a very cheater thing to do, but I wanted freebies, and I'm poor now, but I was even poor when I was younger because I said, "Wow, my Neopet is hungry, therefore I am poor." I don't know what I had though.
It took like for your pets. I had a Kachik. Kachik is my favorite Neopet. Neopet. Kachik is my favorite Neopet because we have the same birthday. Because there was Kachik Day and like Aisha Day and everything like that. I was very happy that mine fell on Kachik Day. That was because I would have balloons and Kachiks like adorning my profile on my birthday.
I had that one in yellow.
I forget.
I was really into the fairies though.
I love the fairies. They were like the gray fairy especially.
I really liked the water fairy and the soup kitchen fairy because please feed my pet for free. I'm poor. I would do that really dumb thing where you would trade your stuff back and forth so that you can get free stuff from this.
Called a Kugura.
Oh yes, me. Same.
You definitely cheated the Neopets terms and service. You probably also didn't have your parents sign a permission slip and then fax it into the Neopets office because that was the thing. Because there was no like online signature thing. You had to actually, if you were under the age of 13, you had to print off the permission slip and mail it in. Oh my god. Yeah. So I bet you didn't do that either. I bet you lied about your age.
I don't know how old I was when I had it.
Yeah. Well,
no, I think my sister made it.
Oh, okay.
Or me, because my sister is 5 years older than me.
Your sister's going to prison then.
That's. Is it? What's the word? I was gonna say that's forging.
It is forging.
But what's the other word?
Like attempt of stealing identity.
Like yes, identity fraud.
Identity fraud.
The other word that kept coming into my head was tax evasion.
Tax evasion. You were doing tax evasion because you were supposed to be taxed on all your Neo points from your second account, but you sent them over. You're going to Neopet jail.
Oh my god. 12 years later.
12 years later, you get like a knock on your door. It's 2 cougars.
We're here to come get you.
It's 2 cougars wearing police hats.
It's been a long time since 2002.
We finally caught you. Good. Thank God.
I keep doing my math wrong. It's okay. It's the internet.
It's the internet.
Your age is never correct.
Your age had like I was always 18 on every website until I was like 17.
And then when you were 18, you were 20.
Yeah. Then I was 18. I was 20.
No, was it 21? Because
you can't drink. You can only go on this website if you can drink alcohol or rent a car.
Wait, have you ever seen the Stella Rosa Instagram?
Oh. Yeah.
Stella Rosa Instagram, if you check it, must be 21 to view or 21 to follow.
I know that Neopets was definitely like a trailblazer for like the fun, like talking in forums and like building your own economy. So that was like great life lessons for adulthood because I also like made a lot of friends on forums.
I wonder who went into like business and marketing
because of Neopets
or like HTML coding, you know. Who went into graphic design?
Because of their Neopets addiction.
And DeviantArt.
DeviantArt, yeah.
Oh my god, Word. Word and Paint.net. Word and Paint.net and like all that stuff is what founded graphic design. I know those aren't like websites, but Same.
I need you to understand that when I was 12, in order to write the best paper for any English class I was in, I had to spend 30 minutes picking the best word art design and changing the colors to pink and blue and making it gradient.
Have you ever done that thing where like you find pictures off the internet that you really, really liked and they were obviously stolen fan art? But it was like 2002 and no one cared, like 2001, and you were just like, this is the best thing I'm gonna get. So you download it, you insert it into Word, you make like an image collage.
Yes,
and then you
print
put
it
your
off.
name,
Yeah.
like property of your name, then you print it out. Yeah, that was like a lot of my middle school career.
And then you make a PowerPoint of it later.
Yeah.
I think, wait, hold on. So the comments are sounding off with their favorite. So people are saying, so how do I get into thought jail? Andy is currently in thought jail right now. He'll be back in 9 to 5. No, 9 to 15. Weston Diaz says Gaia Online.
Gaia Online
was definitely where I grew up.
Gaia Online is wild.
That was the mean streets. I was in the AMC. I was a regular, also called a reg, in the AMC, and I like learned about the things that you learn about as a young woman and turn you into a regular woman on Gaia Online.
Okay, I'm just gonna make this like slight admittance. I was never into Gaia Online because everyone was like too. You know, when you're on Gaia Online and your character looks a certain way because you're so poor, a certain amount of character like items.
Yeah.
A lot of people are either like really like. I don't have the words for that right now. So I was actually on Club Penguin.
Club Penguin.
And then I got banned from Club Penguin for cursing so much.
The ultimate equalizer, Club Penguin. All the penguins are created equally, unlike Gaia Online. Michael Beltran says making an angel fire site. So first of all, I love like that gif of the heart on fire is burned into my head forever. Like the flashing like little fire thingy, the pixelized fire over the heart.
Yeah.
But also, I need to take this moment to plug how many times I would forsake my safety and get 17 viruses to have a sparkly cursor and a pink toolbar.
I used Blingy.
You use Blingy?
Yeah,
For
but
photos?
like it was kind of a lot because sometimes on Blingy you couldn't control what.
Mm-hmm.
So it would either bling parts of the image or around the image or the whole entire image, and you couldn't see your image anymore.
And then you would upload it to MySpace.
Or DeviantArt or Crunchyroll. I think most of my stuff I loaded to Crunchyroll. Then Crunchyroll changed, and I was just like,
You know, it would be a great panel for Crunchyroll if they pulled up everyone's old account and forum posts and just connected them to whoever bought a badge and just ruined and just had everyone like look in shame at the comments they made in 2008.
oh my god, no, it should be like on a USB. If they do that. Because they'd be like,
Here's your badge!
Unspoken. Like, just, you have your badge, RFID, reader or whatever, and then like attached to the tag, small USB, no label. You just plug it in into everything you've never wanted and more.
It's also your fan fiction history browser, like cookies from 2008. Fan fiction.
Fanfiction.net.
My one goal in life is to meet my favorite fan fiction author of like my childhood, because I remember like specifically like I was reading all their fan fictions and then I went onto YouTube and then I was watching my favorite ship AMVs and then I found out I realized it was the same username and I was like, oh no. I was like, and I messaged them, I'm like, thank you so much, I'm so happy that I met you, blah 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 blah. Then I never heard back. So I will find you someday, nevermore 1999. It will find you.
Have you ever written fan fiction?
No, I always got too scared.
I was one of those people that would start fan fiction and I would get a lot of comments on it and then I would never go back to it.
You were that person? I wanted a continuation and you would never give it to me.
I did a lot of them for Shugo-chara.
Oh no! I definitely read yours then. I definitely read yours and you ruined my life.
It was Shugo-chara, Tokyo Mew Mew, and then a couple of other ones.
Oh, I definitely read yours. There's no way I did not read yours.
Well, miles apart and we were still good.
Darcy says that 2012 is when she would watch YouTube. Also, anime music videos. Weston Diaz says MySpace days with chat rooms and Mafia games. Mafia games
Oh my god, Mafia.
was something.
That was wild.
So was Photobucket.com.
Oh my god, Photo Bucket. Honestly, like when that site just I was so sad. I was like, oh my god, where are all the sites that I just dumped all my random photos on for like 9 years?
I know. If they can like let us get that back, do you understand how much 13-year-old like angst screenshots that I saved as receipts for my junior high friends I could like get back?
Oh my god, is it possible to like find that stuff? If it just like
know.
disintegrates into the air?
The evil is defeated.
Photo Bucket. Photo Bucket, where are you? God.
God, are you there? It's me, Photo Bucket.
R.I.P. Photo Bucket.
Angelo, R.I.P. Photo Bucket. Angelo says DeviantArt is just furry art now. Is that true? Is that true?
I don't know. I'm not a. Oh my god, let's not even go there.
All right, fine. Maple Story. What about Maple Story? Did you?
Maple Story is still happening. There are
Yeah.
people who still play Maple Story. K-pop idols still play Maple Story.
I have a friend. We have a friend who met their boyfriend on Maple Story, and then for long
God,
distance,
right.
and now they live together in California.
If you look on subtle Asian traits, you will see a lot of those stories.
Of like Maple Story love, and then now they're married because they lived in like California and Massachusetts. Yeah, there's a lot of people I know like that.
Or they'll be like, oh my god, I met my best friend on Maple Story. We went to like the exclusive event, and they'll like show me the matching jacket, and I'm just like, you know that like cat meme is just like this.
The cat meme. Essentially, RuneScape was pretty much Maple Story to me.
Oh my god, have you seen that? Was it on Reddit or something?
I think so.
The RuneScape story about how the girl got cheated on, and she was like, I was cheated on, and I paid for this guy's like everything, and I found out that he was cheating on me, and so instead of like helping him out on RuneScape like account, and he like took a bunch of her money, she didn't take any of the money back. She like slowly burnt all of his stuff, and just kept hoarding burnt food and selling everything, and then she transferred all of the money to like randos, and she was just like.
The 21st century is terrifying. I think we need to establish that more than anything else. The 21st century is terrifying. Same. I think that like it's also crazy like growing up on the internet culture because we're the first generation to just grow up on the ever-changing internet. Like it was introduced when like kind of at the time we were born or as we were little kids, and then we just kind of grew up alongside the internet, which is like different than the young kids now who've always had it, and like our older siblings and our older cousins and our parents who have lived a long time without it.
Hard being in the middle.
Speaking of the middle, I was always in the middle of writing about my feelings on Zanga. And
I didn't have a Zanga.
you didn't have a Zanga?
Yeah.
Did you ever look at other people's Zangas?
Like, I don't really have a lot of memory of certain early things.
Mm-hmm.
So the name is very familiar,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if like I've ever been on it because like, have you ever like? So I have a tendency to just see a website and like sign up for it when I was,
Yeah.
and then just never access it because I'll like forget my password.
Yeah.
And when I was young, my mom like gave me a journal and it was like a password book because I just kept doing that.
The other thing is we grew up as passwords got worse and worse. So like if my password was cat when I was like if it was my password was like kitty or something like that when I was like 6, eventually they'd be like, actually you need a number at the end, and I'd be like, okay, fine, kitty 7. And then it's like you need a capital, fine, kitty capital T 7, and then it'll be you need a punctuation mark. So I'd always just keep on changing. It mattered what the rules to the website were.
You're not allowed to do consecutive or letters.
Yes, and you can't do your old password, which you just remembered was your old password, but you were setting your new password because you forgot what it was, because you forgot all the rules. That was a big thing with like how with passwords were used to be super simple and super easy, and now they just can't be. So I just keep on forgetting them.
On this topic, so the worst part is when you don't even have the old email address. you don't remember the old email address, and you don't have the old password for the email address. So I used to have a like Hotmail account.
Yeah, because like I'm like SasukeLover92 at hotmail.com, and I cannot get back to my animelist.net.
And then you would like try and access like that email account, and then it would be like, what was your other email? And you were just like, I don't know, I thought this was my only email. What were you doing, 12-year-old me? 13-year-old me?
But it's like my parents' email, which is like Joel at adelphia.net. It's like, he doesn't have that either. He can't help me.
And now you're like me and you can't delete your old 2011 YouTube channel. And someone will then mention it in passing.
So, producer Angelo, if you want to pull up the screenshot I put of one of Larnie's YouTube accounts.
No! Why would you do this to me?
Because it's the internet, I can do anything. We have the power.
I'm literally dying
We
over
have
here.
the power. How many YouTube accounts do you think you had overall? Oh no.
Like 8.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Okay, but that's pretty recent. Like, that has a 2013 video I made for my senior class, and then 2 videos of my dog, who was probably, like, I don't know, 4 years old? 4 years old. I'm like, I did that math correctly, finally, for the first time tonight.
All right, well, we're going to pull up. So my YouTube account was...
Thank God I'm not the only one embarrassed tonight.
Tweedlepie. So producer Angelo, look up Tweedlepie at yahoo.com, if you will.
One with your dances?
No, wait. Tweedlepie, it has 6 subscribers and has 2 full moon osagashite AMVs about my ships.
TWEELE. No, TWEETLEPIE. 6 subscribers on the youtube.com.
Hold on.
youtube.com/user/tweedlepie.
Also, I think so the thing is, I was also Teen Titan Girl, but I can't remember how I spelt girl. So we're gonna do some investigative journalism to see if there's some way that I can pull back. No, this probably isn't me because I'm not Amanda.
Wait, can I?
Yes.
We're not gonna say it out loud.
Okay.
But I will show you a video.
Is it gone?
No.
What's an MAP? Oh, yeah.
Oh. That's
Nice.
Me. That is me.
Nice.
So
we cannot show you. Oh, you had so much Miku. So much Vocaloid.
Yeah,
Baka, baka, baka.
So, what I liked to do a lot was Vocaloid stuff where you would you would get like download the Utau, or Utauloid or whatever, and then you would like insert your own voicing. My mom bought me a mic, and that is the first thing I did because yeah. But I also did.
You did so many covers.
Well, these aren't covers. These are the MMDs. Do any of you remember Miku Miku Dance?
Can you turn it up? Can you explain what this is?
So Miku Miku Dance is a program that's kind of 3D. I wouldn't say modeling. It's like a 3D simulator.
Yeah.
Where you would make or have a model previously made, and people would either make them in a different program or download them or customize in like some hentai generator. And then you would insert it, and then you would insert backgrounds and similar stuff. A lot of people did this stuff on Blender. And this is what I did with it. A lot of people who had what is it called? When you would dance in front of. It was like a version of a game. And you could do Just Dance. It was a very early Just Dance.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Someone in the comments tells us what it was Just Dance, but you could do it yourself and record it.
Like some people you would use that game system, and they would actually dance in front of it so that they can gain the movements and then translate it for MMDs. So there were a lot of people who like did dance, and they were like, I did this. This is my movement. And then it's a lot because if you look at the physics on it, some people who did the modeling are like, I'm going to give this single strand of hair like 900 bones, and then I'm going to make the physics on these boobs like jump farther than Nicopata.
Speaking of boobs, who else went on Habbo Hotel? Because that was also where like teenagers turned into like grown-ups. Because I know that in general, like with Habbo Hotel, I would always like try and go and like live my life and do fantasy parties and like dress myself up. But like every time you like lagged, there'd always be someone being like, hey, want a baba?
You ever think about like early games and what we did so that we could like not feel like we're teenagers?
Yes.
That was me illegally downloading the Sims game.
Yes.
And repeating certain actions that a teenager should not do.
I know like Sims 2, but I was super religious. So like I would do everything I could to make sure that like I would always like ban my Sims from like touching each other until they were married.
I was the kind of person who like would either like, so like I was also very religious growing up, but I was on the opposite end of the spectrum. I would be like, I can't do this in real life, so I'll either have it like go all out, or I'll be like, you're gonna die. You know, like the kind of things where they get locked in a single room and there's only two of them left and they have to figure out what to do and you just watch. Yeah. It was always fun.
I was very upset the babies came from Woohoo in Sims 2 when before all I had to do was kiss. And I was like, I was like super religious, so I was like always pleasing my own actions. Like with LimeWire, I went to search for like the Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, and I accidentally got like Mary-Kate and Ashley XXX porn, like, but which was probably like a very bad Photoshop of like Mary-Kate and Ashley like kissing each other or something like that. But I went and I wrote a letter of apology to my parents for existing in the same plane as porn.
Can I just say, while we're on this topic of hentai, when I was in the 3rd grade, one of my classmates brought a printed out sheet of paper of hentai in full color of Naruto websites. When I was in 3rd grade, that was a while ago, so it is currently 2019 and I am 22 years old, so we can all do the math because I can't do it. But anyways, and it was like 4 sheets of paper, and I, like, me being the very religious one, and it's also like a public school, I was just like, kids are not allowed to do these things. Yeah, but old hentai websites, right? Like,
did anyone else have the library that didn't understand what manga was? So they just got the weirdest, most sexual like manga on accident, and nothing like there was no Naruto manga ever. There was never a single library I went to that had Naruto or Sailor Moon or anything like that. But there was always like a very obscure yaoi.
Yeah, the yaoi, or like the dojins.
Yes!
Or like Fushigi Yugi, which like nothing wrong with it, but also like,
or Peach Girl.
Oh my god, what was the other one by the same artist of Fushigi Yugi? It's like Alice something.
Yeah.
And then like that is the first time I ever saw 2 people sleep without clothes with each other on top of each other because the other one had like, I don't know, hypothermia. I was like, is this normal? Is this what adults do?
No, like I remember like especially like there was also be like the very 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 raunchy like anime section of because everything you'd look for was also secretly a hentai. Because if I know one time I was at a slumber party and my friend was like, I really like Alice in Wonderland, and so we searched the only Alice in Wonderland anime that she could find, and it was like this like magical story. And then it was 2 people were talking, and it was like, I love you, my little sister. And she's like, I love you too, my big brother. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna fuck. And she's like, no, that's disgusting, Shelby. Why would you even say that? And then she turned her head to the screen and they were already fucking.
Do you remember that one where it was like, I know exactly what you're talking about, but someone please tell me if I dreamed this or not. I think, because I was, I think in high school, and I would just play videos and I would just let it run. Kind of like Daily Motion.
Yeah.
And there was one Alice in Wonderland one where like Alice is like a small girl. Try and grab the doorknob, and the doorknob was like not a doorknob. It was like a long eggplant object.
Oh, it was the lesbian Alice in Wonderland, right?
Was it?
There was a specific I don't know if it was Clamp or it wasn't. I don't think it was Clamp. It could have been Clamp, actually. I'm not sure. But there was like an Alice in Wonderland, but everything was Yuri, and it was like all of the things happened.
No, it was obviously hentai.
Okay.
Like, but like straight. It wasn't Yuri, I don't think. Oh my god, you're gonna Google it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My search history is gonna be destroyed.
It's okay. In the name of hentai and relentless weebs. I didn't need to see any
Producer Angelo, please don't put any of these up on the screen.
Do you have screen share?
Screen share. Okay, so there's a very saturated search for Alice in Wonderland hentai porn because the internet has been around for quite a while. But I know that there was I've never seen the eggplant one, but okay, the lesbian one was called Miyuki-chan in Wonderland, and it was by Clamp, and it was
This one, but
okay.
I read this one because this one's in my local library.
It was a Miyuki-chan in Wonderland was a all Yuri, so all of the people and all of the characters in Alice in Wonderland were like a very aggressive lesbian. And Miyuki was like, it's like a dream where she realizes like she's not heterosexual.
Do any of you remember?
You remember Mika? Because
Please let us know.
Because Clamp seems safe to like the untrained eye because Cardcaptor Sakura was a thing, but then libraries have kept on buying all of their yaoi and yuri fan fiction.
I mean, but like they also like had Clamp, and then Clamp also came out with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And then they came out with grown-up version of Cardcaptor Sakura, but twisted.
Oh yeah, Tsubasa Chronicles,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, Clamp. You're the real MVP. We owe our whole adult. We're oral. Our adulthood to you. Thank you, Clamp. You crazy girls.
Thanks, Clamp, for oral.
Thanks, Clamp, for oral. Okay, so starting off in the comments, someone Akira says Peach Girl is so good. Peach Girl is so good. That was a great time. And then Darcy guessed it. She guessed Miyuki-chan in Wonderland. And then Norman Locke is asking us, what has the world come to? I don't know, Norman, but we're in 2019 now and the internet's still a scary place.
There's a lot more. I just feel like it's a little bit more professionally done now versus like all the other stuff. I think if you wanted professionally done, like, I don't know, rated XXX and HTML when you were younger, that's not a good way to phrase it. If you wanted better ones in early 2000s, you would have to seek outside of a westernized internet. And some people would be like, look at what I brought back from overseas, and it would be like a black market thing.
Yeah. Oh no, buying anything from non-America was always like a huge feat because you would try to because eBay existed, but most of us did not have a debit or credit card.
Or you got scammed a lot.
You get scammed a lot, yeah, because
early eBay, man.
What?
Do you remember early eBay?
Early eBay was a scary place.
Dark.
Also, everything was bootleg.
Oh my god, yeah. And then you would insert it and be like, region not found.
Yeah, I forgot about bootleg scary eBay.
Yeah, I never did that stuff, but my father did a lot of that stuff. And GG Dad, you try your best. But anyways, I bought a lot of my VHS and CDs actually from the 99-cent store. Remember when they used to have like those obscure videos in various stores and just like
my people, like I would also have to rent anime from Blockbuster, like Cardcaptor Sakura and Sailor Moon and like Pokemon and everything, and My Neighbor Totoro.
We killed Blockbuster.
We killed Blockbuster.
But did you see that pop up?
What
Oh wait, yeah,
pop-up?
you're the one who showed me.
You
Showed me the pop up at Japan LA.
Japan LA had a pop-up of a Blockbuster store and everything like that. Oh, Akira says, a friend explained to me that back in the day, he had a duffel bag full of hentai VHSs. Good. That's the best way to store hentai VHSs. Are you ready?
I got the goods.
I remember once my friend told me that she was trying to find like a cute anime about idols, so she went to the Blockbuster and rented Perfect Blue as a child. And like that happened a lot. Like I tried to rent the reason I like anime is because I tried to rent Sonic the Hedgehog, but someone put back the wrong VHS and it was My Neighbor Totoro. So like I was like, this is the weirdest Sonic intro I've ever seen. And then I watched like halfway through, I'm like, I don't think that Sonic is gonna show up. It just seems like he's not gonna show up.
So that stuff happened a lot to us, but like with adult film.
Oh,
A lot.
with renting them from VHS stores.
Yeah. Like buying it and it's like, you know, secondhand.
Yeah, cause like, or sometimes people would tape over VHSs at the Blockbuster thing. And I remember like I was trying to watch like Aladdin and I think it was Eyes Wide Shut, but somebody like taped over the ending of Aladdin with like Eyes Wide Shut or something. And eventually they did make VHSs that could not be taped over, but then DVDs came out right after, so like that was such a short-lived period of time.
Who still has like debt?
Debt. Who still has debt? Just
No,
in general.
I mean, like, who still has debt from rentals? You know?
Oh yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who like have library debt, Blockbuster debt. I don't know, some obscure VHS CD store, or what is the one that mixtapes were on? What is that one?
Cassette tapes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cassette tapes and floppy disks.
I love floppy disks. Those were the best because I would have to put in 3 floppy disks to get one family photo, and my mom paid me like $5 an hour to go through like our our giant suitcase full of floppy disks to get all our family photos off the computer. Darcy says my bestie had to get her mom to rent La Blue Girl for us when we were teens.
Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to your mom.
Is she the real MVP?
She's the real MVP of this chat. She wins this chat. She wins this stream tonight. So thank you, Mrs. Wait, was it your mom or her mom? Okay, thank you, Darcy's best friend's mom. You are the real MVP of tonight. Don't forget.
That is what makes our childhood. When someone else's friend is willing to go the extra mile to ask their parent because you know your parent is not gonna do it.
No, I remember I went to Borders and my best friend's mom was like, I'll buy you one book, and I knew the exact book to get because like it was a hot gimmick. And
Hot gimmick! Oh my god, that's a wild one.
That's actually like not
Which volume?
one. Because everyone has the boys on it except for I got one volume that had her just like standing like this.
My
so it was
library had the ones where all the bad stuff happened, and I was just like, where's the first one? And then like I just went into it, you know, because like spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But you know, like when you taste that's not the right word, but when you look at the book, you know,
the book.
you look and then you open it, and it's just like.
This is a hot gimmick.
This is not right. Is this normal? What do teenagers do?
Okay, all right. So thank you, everyone. Please comment, like, subscribe, and comment all of your best weird memories in the comments. We're gonna sign off. Rikachuuable. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late, world. I've revealed the secret. Where can we follow you on social media?
I have Instagram primarily. I have a Facebook that I always forget to share my Instagram photos to. Please follow me on Instagram. I don't receive notifications, so if you comment on a photo and you're like, I'm here from Relentless Weebs, thanks for sharing all your dirty stories. I found your YouTube channel that you showed us the MMD on. I will probably cry, but say, good job. So, go team! Thank you.
Thank you. We are signing off now. Thank you for watching this week. We are Relentless Weebs with Anime Impulse.